Good evening. Mitsumi is off this week. Montreal has lost a native son and the world a jazz legend. Oscar Peterson has died at his home in suburban Toronto. He was 82 years old. Here's Rob Lurie.
He was one of the biggest international stars to ever come out of Montreal. Oscar Peterson, the jazz great who performed alongside the likes of Louis Armstrong, Duke Ellington, and Count Basie. And it all started at the Negro Community Center in Little Burgundy.
These are the pianos that Oscar Peterson was playing on as a child.
His sister taught him the keys, but soon the student became the master. He was a prodigy at 15, and as he told this NFB documentary, it all seemed to come so naturally.
I didn't think about talent or anything at the time. I just didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that I could do this.
And boy, could he do it. Some said it sounded like two people were playing. But it wasn't always so smooth being a black musician in Montreal in the 50s. Oscar remembered some hard times.
We were due to play an engagement at the Ritz-Carlton. And they found out, when I say they found out, someone brought it to their attention that I was in the band, and they weren't going to have this.
But eventually, people came around. They lined up to see Oscar. This Montreal jazz historian remembers the nights Oscar played in local clubs.
I mean, whoa, you could hear it swinging, walking down Stanley Street from the time you got to St. Catherine and you're heading down Stanley, and you can already hear Oscar. It's just pouring out on the street. Oscar was the greatest. He was the world's greatest jazz pianist. He could swing like nobody else.
Even after a stroke in 1993 disabled his left hand, he could still play. In 2005, Diana Krall helped him celebrate his 80th birthday at the Montreal Jazz Festival.
Prince performed at the Jazz Festival, and he asked to remain for a few days in Montreal. One of the things that he wanted to do was to attend an Oscar Peterson concert because he had never seen him play live.
His name now adorns Concordia's School of Music, and his legend has inspired many children at that same community center where he learned to play.
He gave Montreal, he gave Canada a star that they can look up to.
That was one of my favorite pianists from Canada, man. He was a very decent fellow. He did his work, and he succeeded.
Duke Ellington once said, "It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing." Oscar Peterson will forever be remembered as someone who sure had that swing. Rob Lurie, CTV News.